A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Rajesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management. I welcome you all to the parliamentary session of Yuvamanthan Model United Nations as a part of Vikshit Bharat 2047. Yuvamanthan plays a crucial role in Vikshit Bharat by focusing on the development and empowerment of youth. It creates a platform for young people to discuss ideas, collaborate on projects, and contribute to the nation's progress through innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership initiatives. Yuvamanthan aims to harness the potential of youth and channel their energy towards building a developed and prosperous India. Organizing a mock parliament of one of its kind at Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management enhances the critical thinking of the students, exposes the students' vision and perspective towards global affairs, widening the horizon of the students in understanding political processes. In this August gathering, I welcome our Executive Director Shri Rajesh K. in absentia, Professor B.S. Lakshman Prasad, Academic Director JICM in absentia, Mr. Anush G.N., Marketing Director JICM, Dr. S. Satyeshwar, Principal JICM, Srimati Vanishri Kulkarni, HOD, Department of Commerce and Management, JICM, Mr. Vallabh Mahale, Head of the Department, DCA, JICM. I now welcome Mr. Sudarshan Bharadwaj, the President of this session, to welcome and introduce the member representatives.
Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our member representatives who are here to enlighten this session with the environmental issues faced by their nations. I would like to welcome Ms. Prakriti representing Argentina, Ms. Nitya representing Brazil, representing China, Ms. Tejaswini representing Germany, Varshini representing Indonesia, Chitrashri representing Japan, representing South Korea, Ms. Bhavana representing South Africa, Varalakshmi representing United States of America, Mr. Kshitij representing European Union, Ms. Ananya representing Australia, Ms. Shri Jyothy representing Canada, Ms. Sahana representing France, Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Niranjan representing India. Miss Shubha, representing Italy. Miss Nisha, representing Mexico. Miss Ritika, representing Russia. Miss Yashaswini, representing Saudi Arabia. Miss Ramya, representing United Kingdom. And Miss Srujan, representing Turkey. Mr. Chandru. Now it's time to inaugurate this session. I request Mr. Rajesh Kumar to commence this.
Every auspicious occasion must be invoked with the eternal source of divinity. I now request the dignitaries to light the lamp and commence the session. Dr. S. Satyeshwar, Principal, Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management, for introducing today's session.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
It gives me immense pleasure as the host college, Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management, for this Yuvamanthan Viksit Bharat 2047 Model United Nations session, which is being held at Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management, 40/5, Thataguni, off Kanakapura Road, Bengaluru 560082. On this happy occasion, on behalf of the entire management fraternity of Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management, I heartily welcome all the delegates from the G20 nations. A red carpet welcome to all the G20 nation members. As the principal of the college, I deem it my pleasure, along with my esteemed colleagues, I take this opportunity to place our thanks and regards for UGC, Yuvamanthan coordinators, organizers, event managers for giving us an opportunity to hold this Yuvamanthan Model United Nations session at our college premises. We are indeed indebted to our nation Bharat for having bestowed upon all the goodies to explore and work out all the possibilities in this Model United Nations session. First and foremost, India is going to witness a massive and turbulent growth in next 23 years when we progress ahead towards 100 years of our Indian independence. On this happy occasion of India, Bharat turning 100 years, Viksit Bharat 2047, a massive program of its kind is being held across the length and breadth of the country to help us understand how as a nation we are progressing, and at the same time how as a nation we are living what we are saying. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. One nation, we all progressively step forward to ensure the brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God. At the same time, we aspire, wish to work with all countries irrespective of caste, creed, religion, sex, and wish the entire world is one great place to live. As the slogan says, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. On this happy occasion of the Model United Nations session being conducted in this premises of Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management, I wish all the member nations of G20 a happy stay and a grand welcome to this event and to this great place of learning. Once again, I thank you all and wish this program a grand success. May we all touch upon the aspects of lifestyle for environment and ensure Earth is a greater place to live and we all live for God. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Mr. Chandru to present today's agenda. Over to you, sir.
Esteemed delegates, I'm honored to welcome you to the G20 Summit, an esteemed platform that brings together the world's most influential economies to address pressing global issues. This year, under India's presidency, we have chosen the theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future, empathizing our collective responsibility towards our planet and its inhabitants. Today, we will focus on critical agenda, the environmental challenges faced by our respective countries. We will discuss the three crucial topics: plastic handling, conservation, protection, sustainability, and recovery of ecosystem. Firstly, we will delve into the issue of plastic handling. Plastic waste has become a significant environmental concern, posing a severe threat to marine life and ecosystem. We need to explore innovative solutions to reuse and recycle plastic, promoting a circular economy and minimizing plastic pollution. Secondly, we will discuss the conservation, protection, sustainability, and recovery of ecosystem. Ecosystem are the foundation of our planet's health and well-being. We will prioritize their preservation, focusing on sustainable practices and fostering international cooperation to combat deforestation, desertification, and loss of biodiversity. Lastly, we will examine the intersection of ecosystem and tourism management. Tourism is a vital economic sector, but it can also have determinable environmental impacts. We must strike a balance between promoting tourism and preserving ecosystem. implementing sustainable practices and responsible tourism policies that prioritize the long-term health of our planet. As we engage in these discussions, let us remember that our action today will shape the future of our planet and generation to come. Let us work together, united by our shared responsibility to find practical solutions to these environmental changes. Thank you for your participation and commitment to this crucial agenda. Let us make the most of this opportunity to create sustainable and prosperous future for all. Now over to Mr. Raj.
Now, let us start this session with Mr. Sudarshan, the President, and followed by all the member representatives.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Ms. Prakriti, representing Argentina.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, respected President, member representatives of G20 countries. I, Prakriti P, representing Argentina with regards to environmental issues and its solution. Argentina is facing deforestation due to agricultural expansion of soya bean, which is threatening the Yungas cloud forest and the Chaco ecoregion, one of the largest forested biomes in South America. It has lost the jaguar, special species of monkeys and birds which are found only in that region. Due to expansion in soybean agriculture has relied on available agricultural land, there are aggressive targets to expand the agricultural area to increase soybean production for export. Almost 2 lakh hectares of native forest is destroyed. In 2023-24, 16,500 area is grown and 50,000 tons are produced and $3.8 billion is exported. The variation in climate have also contributed to rapid deforestation, soil degradation and biodiversity loss, and 1/5 of its Atlantic forest is lost in 4 decades. According to FAO, the rate of deforestation was 135 kHa per year between 2015 and 2020, and after soybean agricultural expansion, it has turned up to 301 kHa per year. And the cause of deforestation not only cost the natural resources, it also contributed to global warming. Deforestation is the cause of about 20% of carbon dioxide emission globally, which is higher than the both passenger vehicle and truck emit. And the government of Argentina has brought various solutions towards reducing deforestation, like altering with the crops which consumes more water with soya bean as it consumes less water for growing, and there should be effective measures to plant a tree at the higher extent, and Argentina has enacted a national forest law mandating that local government regulate the expansion of forests. I thank the President for giving me this opportunity and have a good day.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Respected President, member representative of G20 countries. I, Nitya, representing Brazil. Brazil is one of the most important cradles of biodiversity, hosting around 20% of the world's biological diversity with more than 140,000 species. Nevertheless, the current biodiversity crisis is undeniable. Around 60% of deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon in 2023 occurred in Pará and Mato Grosso states that typically led Brazil in deforestation. According to IPBES and IPCC, warns that we are experiencing the 6th mass extinction with an extinction rate around 100 times faster than the average of the last 10 million years. The planet's main terrestrial habitats are already seeing a decline of approximately 20% in the abundance of native species. In addition to that, around 25% of the species remaining today are threatened with extinction. The main factors leading to biodiversity loss are related to habitat loss and alteration, notably land use and occupation, such as deforestation, pollution, climate change, overexploitation of resources and invasive alien species. The birds such as Spix macaw, Glaucus macaw and Eskimo curlew are endangered and can never be seen by future generations. Brazil has established a number of activities specifically related to implementing the Aichi biodiversity targets, including the establishment of ecological corridors, mosaics of protected areas, sustainable forest management including non-timber products, sustainable agriculture. Example, Brazil is implementing a natural strategy for promoting integrated production in agriculture with objectives of promoting sustainable development and improving the competitiveness of Brazilian agribusiness incentives for small-scale family production, organic agricultural production. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for providing this opportunity, and have a nice day all.
I'd like to call upon Ms. Varshita representing China.
A very good afternoon, respected President, member representatives of G20 countries. I, Varshita BK, representing China with regards to the environmental issues and its solutions. China's rapid urbanization and industrialization have contributed to environmental challenges including increased greenhouse gas emissions, higher energy consumption and pollution. By leveraging green technologies, sustainable infrastructure and eco-friendly practices, Chinese eco-cities seek to reduce carbon emissions, enhance resource efficiency and improve the quality of life for urban residents. More than 90% of Chinese cities have adopted eco-city programs. One of the negative effects of tourism in China is a mass tourism, which means that more people come to China than normal. Mass tourism offers more advantages but brings more disadvantages like environmental degradation, a lot of problems with resource allocation, poor working conditions. Chinese communities rely on coal-powered power plants and, in the cold months, coal-burning heating resources. The fuel sources produce fine particulate matter which rise into the air and can affect people's health when levels are high. Coal-fired plants produce electricity by burning coal in a boiler to produce steam. The steam produced under tremendous pressure flows into a turbine which spins a generator to create electricity. The steam is then cooled, condensed back into the water and returned to the boiler to start the process over. Not all the numbers are graspable, but at least 10 nuclear plants in China in just a very discharged liquid effluents contains more than 4.5 quadrillion becquerels of tritium, more than 200 times the self-imposed annual limits of plant waste water are released. The water is then diluted to accept limit as not to be harmful, though there is no common international standard. It's then common practice to dispose the threat water by releasing into the ocean. TEPCO, the water operator of the plant, dilutes wastewater to a radioactivity of around 15%, the World Health Organization maximum level for drinking water. They concluded that China's contemporary economic system represents a form of capitalism rather than market socialism because financial markets exist with permit private share ownership, a feature absent in the economic literature on market socialism, and state profits are retained by enterprises. I thank you, Mr. President, and all the member representatives for these wonderful opportunities. Have a great day. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, respected President, member representatives of G20 countries. I, Tejaswini, representing the Germany with regards to the environmental issue and its solutions. Germany faces several environmental issues including air and water pollution, global warming, deforestation and waste treatment and disposal. The country's high population density, level of industrialization and strong dependence on fossil fuels contribute to these environmental challenges. Transport and agriculture also generate diffuse pressures on the environment. Air pollution is a significant problem in Germany, with pollutants released by factories and automobile exhaust blamed for the widespread destructions from acid rain. The country has experienced in an air pollution levels in recent years, particularly after which led to the phasing out in nuclear power plants and the subsequent increase in coal burning. This has caused a brown sludge to start filling up the Spear River, killing wildlife and posing a threat to the local ecosystem. Global warming is also a concern, with 36% of respondents in 2018 poll believing it to be the most important issue facing Germany today. Waste treatment and disposal as well as straightening of wastewater infrastructure are also critical challenges that Germany must address. The current deforestation in Germany shows that forests in country are experiencing record levels in decline. In 2020, a record 1.7% of the trees under observation died, which is almost 10 times the average. In order to solve this problem, government had made some solution. In response to these challenges, Germany has implemented various policies and measures, including the development of an environmental code, the phasing out of nuclear power plant, and the purchase of renewable energy production. The country has also set ambitious objectives for improving resources efficiency and reducing the use of raw materials. However, further efforts are needed to achieve the federal government's goal on time. particularly in time production, reducing substance inputs to the government, and sustainable energy and resource use. I thank our President and all the member representatives for this wonderful opportunity. Have a wonderful evening.
Indonesia with the regards of environmental issues and its solution. Deforestation in Indonesia is the world's third largest rainfall coverage. It has a serious implication for both the natural environment and humans. It reduces the available habitat for many animals, including endangered species. Indonesia is home to 10% of the world's mammal species and 60% of world's bird species. Increasing forest fires in Indonesia are becoming more common. Fire have caused 10% of country's forest loss. Forestry shows that many as 994,000.18 acres, an area 15 times the large of Jakarta, burned from January to October 2023. This means the 2023 fire season is the worst when fires burns 1.65 million hectares. This is primarily due to the slash and burn clearing of agriculture land. Effects on environment issues in Indonesia include modern civilization has no collective experience with possible wide-ranging effects from a medium-sized impactor. It shows that at least 50% of Indonesia's total biodiversity is at risk. More commonly, natural disasters such as volcanic explosion, earthquakes, wildfire, dust storm, and hurricanes are likely announced that can provide the scope and scale of these potential effects. In conclusion, solution to environment issues in Indonesia are: response to the environment issues is critical for safeguarding the future of its vast population, which means the country has implemented policies such as moratorium on new palm oil plantation from 2019 to 22. To address deforestation and fire concern, it's lead to a 70% of decline in deforestation between 2022 to 2023. The current strategy, while step in the right direction, need to be scaled up adequate protection Indonesia's natural environment and well-being of its people. I thank Mr. President and dignitaries for giving this opportunity.
A very good afternoon, respected President, Member Representative of G20 countries. I, Chitrasri DM, representing Japan with regards to the environmental issues and its solution. Let's talk about plastic handling in Japan. Japan is one of the largest consumer of plastic per capita with a significant amount of plastic waste generated every year. According to the CEO, Japan's municipal waste generation was 41.3 million tons in 2020, with plastic waste accounting for a significant portion. Despite having a high recycling, Japan still faces challenges in managing plastic waste, leading to environmental issues such as marine pollution, soil contamination, greenhouse gases, emission from plastic incineration. The impact of plastic waste on the environment is significant. Plastic debris in the ocean harms marine life, disrupts ecosystem, and affects human health through the food chain. Moreover, plastic waste incineration contributes to greenhouse gas emission, exacerbating climate change. To address these challenges, Japan has implemented several measures, including promoting the use of biodegradable plastics, reducing single-use plastics, and improving recycling system. However, more needs to be done to reduce plastic waste generation at the source, promote sustainable alternatives, and strengthen international cooperation to tackle marine plastic pollution. I thank our President and all our member representatives for this wonderful opportunity. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, ma'am. I welcome Ms. Nikita representing South Korea.
A very good afternoon to everyone, respected President, member representatives of the G20 countries. I am Nikita N, representing South Korea with regards to the environmental issues and its solutions. South Korea faces significant environmental challenges, including high population density, air pollution, and climatic change impacts. The country's rapid industrialization and urbanization have led to severe environmental degradation. According to statistics, South Korea has the highest level of environmental pollution among OECD countries, with a population density of 492 people per square kilometer. The country's carbon dioxide emissions per capita were 11.89 tons in 2021, making it one of the top emitting countries globally. South Korea's environmental friendly policies have been criticized for lacking ambition and not effectively addressing environmental challenges. The government focuses on economic growth over environmental concerns and has led to inadequate measures to protect the environment and ensure sustainable resource use. By implementing stringent regulations
promoting sustainable practices and raising awareness about environmental conservation, South Korea can work towards a greener and more sustainable future. In recent years, South Korea has made significant strides in addressing environmental pollution, particularly in Seoul metropolitan region. The country has recognized the importance of transitioning to renewable energy resources and improving energy efficiency in transport, as these measures are crucial for achieving carbon neutrality. This has created clarity as to who is responsible for implementing different components of air quality management. I thank our President and all the member representatives for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's welcome Bhavana representing South Africa.
A very good afternoon, everyone. Respected President, I am Bhavana representing South Africa with the environmental issues and its solution. Ecosystem and tourism management. Ecosystem and tourism management in South Africa is a critical aspect of sustainable development and conservation efforts in the country. Protected areas. South Africa has a network of national parks, nature reserves and marine protected areas that are managed to conserve biodiversity and provide recreational opportunities for tourists. Sustainable tourism practices and ecotourism development. The South African government and tourism industry stakeholders promote sustainable tourism practices that minimize negative impacts on the environment and local communities, and ECO tourism initiatives helps to generate income for local communities while raising awareness about the importance of preserving natural resources. Wildlife crime prevention measures are implemented to combat illegal activities such as poaching and trafficking of endangered species. Problems that are faced in South Africa. Overcrowding and over-tourism in popular destinations leading to the environmental degradation and negative impacts on local communities. Illegal wildlife poaching and trafficking threatening the survival of endangered species. Insufficient funding and resources for conservation efforts and protected areas management. Lack of awareness and education among tourists and local communities about the importance of conservation and sustainable tourism practices. To solve these problems, the government has come up with this new solution, implementing of carrying capacity limits and visitors management strategies in popular tourist destinations to prevent overcrowding. Strengthening law enforcement efforts to combat illegal wildlife trade through increased patrols, intelligence gathering and collaboration with international partners. Securing additional funding from public and private sources for conservation projects, protected area management, community-based initiatives. Conducting awareness campaigns, educational programs and reasonable tourism guidelines to promote conservation ethics among tourists and local residents. Thank you.
I would like to call upon Varalakshmi representing United States of America.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Varalakshmi, am representing the United States. The United States is grappling with the issue of plastic pollution. It produces approximately 35.4 million metric tons of plastic annually, with an estimated 46% of it being landfill, 22% becoming litter, 17% become incinerated, and only 15% being recollected for recycling. It less than 9% actually being recycled. The plastic pollution crisis is driven by the petrochemical and fossil fuel industries. Plastic pollution poses a threat to the marine environment. An estimated 11 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean each year. It puts marine species at a higher risk of ingesting plastic, becoming entangled in plastic pollution. Research indicates that more than 1,500 species in marine and terrestrial environments are known to ingest plastics. Green turtle, white abalone, small-toothed sawfish, which are endangered species in the stage of extinction. The problem is not just in the ocean, as plastic pollution is also found in drinking water, rain, and even in the bodies of people and animals. This will continue to drive the climate crisis, as 99% of plastic is made from the fossil fuels like lactic gases and oil. To address this issue, the United Nations Environmental Programme (UNEP) has proposed a systematic approach to combat plastic pollution, focusing on reuse, recycle, reorient, and diversify market share. This approach could result 80% decrease in plastic pollution and create 7 lakh additional jobs by 2040. The Intergovernmental Negotiation Committee has been established to develop a global legal binding agreement on plastic pollution with the aim of completing negotiation by the end of 2024. I thank our President and all the members for this opportunity.
I would like to call upon Mr. Shitij representing European Union.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable President, ladies and gentlemen, I Kshitij, Union representative. European Union. The problems faced by European Union. Emission reduction. Despite efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emission, some European Union member states continue to struggle to meet their emission reduction targets. European Union economic greenhouse gas emission are estimated at million tons of CO2 equivalents. Loss of biodiversity. Biodiversity loss is a pressing issue in the European Union, with habitats and species facing threats from urbanization, agriculture, population and climate change. Protecting and restoring biodiversity. 47% of 463 bird species in the European Union are in good conservation status, 39% are in poor and bad conservation status. Effects of environmental issues. International leadership. By demonstrating commitment to emission reduction and climate action, the European Union enhances its credibility and leadership on the global stage. Regulatory frameworks and policies. Biodiversity loss necessitates the implementation of effective regulatory frameworks and policies to protect and conserve threatened species and habitats. In order to solve these problems, government has made some solutions. Carbon capture and storage. Invest in research, development and deployment of CCS technologies to capture and store carbon dioxide emission from power plants, industrial facilities and other stationary sources. Biodiversity friendly policies and incentives. Provide financial incentives, tax breaks and subsidies for landowners, farmers and business that adopt biodiversity friendly practices and participate in conservation programs. Thank you.
Representing Australia.
Good evening everyone. A warm greetings to respected President, members of representative of G20 countries. I, Ananya, representing Australia with regards to Australia tourism management issues and its solutions. Australia direct tourism GDP rose to around 57 million Australian dollars in the year ended June 2023. There were 7.2 million visitors arrival for year ending December 2023. Overcrowding and resource depletion. Tourism can lead to overcrowding and depletion of scarce resources on isolated islands affecting local ecosystems. Environmental degradation. Activities like fishing and water sports can lead to overfishing and pollution, impacting marine environments. Climate change exposure. Australia and Oceania are highly exposed to climate change, with rising sea levels, coastal erosion and damage to coral reefs due to warming temperatures. Overcrowding and loss of core community values can impact local and visitors, affecting the social fabric of destinations. Tourist activities can harm coral, coastal vegetation and wildlife, leading to ecological degradation. Sustainable tourism practices. Promoting sustainable management of natural resources, conserving biodiversity and adapting to climate change are crucial for long-term sustainability. Understanding and monitoring the maximum number of tourists a location can sustain without harming the environment is essential for sustainable tourism. Identifying carrying capacity, proactively align on key values and gaining a shared understanding of risk are vital steps to support sustainable tourism. By addressing these challenges, leveraging the positive impacts and implementing sustainable solutions, Australia can strive towards a more balanced and sustainable tourism industry. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, respected President, Member Representative of G20 countries, I, Jyothy, representing Canada with regards to environmental issues and solutions. Environmentally, Canada has challenges. Canadian Arctic is warming about 3 times the global rate. Due to this rapid warming, sea ice deterioration and changes in permafrost are expected to put communities, infrastructure and wildfires in the north at risk. Global warming bringing hotter and drier weather, the forests are becoming increasingly vulnerable to wildfires. According to the National Forestry Database, over 8,000 fires occur in Canada each year and burn an average of 2.1 million hectares. Each year, over the last 25 years, about 7,300 forest fires have occurred. The total area burned varies widely from each year to each year. Fire suppression costs over the last decade in Canada have ranged from about $800 million to $1.5 billion. Due to the climatic change and wildfire Pierre Caribou, only found in Canada is endangered extinction. Bowring Owl, Vancouver Island are in danger too. To address this issue, one of the ways Global Medic is helping to boosting the capacity of small fire departments through the provision of fire skids. Each of the fire skids give the ability for a department to turn pickup truck or utility vehicle into a small fire truck. Each skid is equipped with a 1,000-liter holding tank which can be filled with water. This will help for fighting fires. Thank you dignitaries for opportunities. Have a wonderful evening.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Respected President and members of G20 countries. I am Sahana S, representing representing the France with regarding to the environmental issues and its solution. France capital Paris is striking. The strike by Paris garbage collectors has been going on for 16 days and is taking a toll on the city's aesthetics. And sanitation workers continue to strike in the city of lights. Tons of rubbish have clogged the streets. In 2021, a record high of more than 38.2 million metric tons of municipal waste was generated in France. Today, however, despite its leading role in monitoring climate change and pollution level, it comes in as a more polluted countries than many of its West European counterparts, ranking worse than other neighboring countries such as the United Kingdom, Spain, Switzerland and Germany. Trash can travel throughout the world's rivers and oceans accumulated on beaches and within guides. This debris harms physical habitats, transports chemical pollutants, threatens aquatic life and interferes with human uses of rivers, marine and coastal environment. France's economy losses on estimated €73 annually due to plastic pollution, as it affects the tourism, shipping and fishing economies. So, recycling is the most obvious alternative to sending waste to a landfill. A wide range of materials can be recycled at least to some degrees, and recycling can even yield potential financial benefit. Thank you for all. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
That is all. Join our hands together for Mr. Niranjan representing India.
A very good afternoon, respected President, Member Representative of G20 countries. I, Niranjan, am representing the India with regards to environmental issues and its solutions. Today, I would like to discuss the environmental issues faced by India, focusing on plastic handling, conservation, protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystem and tourism management. I'll also provide the statistical data up to 2024. Firstly, let's talk about the plastic handling. India is one of the largest consumer of plastic in the world, with an estimated consumption of 16.5 million tons in 2021. However, the country lacks an effective waste management system, leads to plastic pollution. In 2018, 11 of 12 cities with the highest level of particulate matter were located in India. To combat this issue, the Indian government has implemented measures such as the odd-even regulation, a traffic rationing measure and a ban on the use of coal as fuel in industrial and domestic units in the national capital region, starting from January 2023. Moving on to the conservation, protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystems. India faces significant challenges in managing its natural resources. Deforestation is a major concern, with the Indian Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology expressing concern over forest degradation in the country, especially in northeastern states. Water pollution is also a pressing issue, with untreated sewage often finding its way to ponds, lakes and rivers, resulting in pollution and rendering water unfit for human consumption. Lastly, let's discuss ecosystem and tourism management. India's rapid urban expansion and economic growth have led to increased pollution and environmental degradation, with around 70% of surface water to be unfit for consumption due to illegal dumping of raw sewage and garbage into rivers and lakes. This not only affects humans, with nearly 40 million Indians suffering from the waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera and hepatitis, but also damages crops and freshwater biodiversity. To address these challenges, the Indian government has introduced the concept of joint forest management to work closely with local communities for protecting and managing forests. The government has also instituted the Amrita Devi Rishonai Wildlife Protection Award for individuals or communities for rural areas that have shown extraordinary courage and dedication in protecting wildlife. In conclusion, India faces significant environmental challenges, including plastic handling, conservation, protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystem and tourism management. However, Indian government has taken various measures to address these issues, including implementing regulations, promoting
sustainable practices and working closely with local communities. By continuing to prioritize environmental conservation and sustainability, India can work towards a cleaner, healthier environment for its people and a more sustainable future for its ecosystem. I would like to express my gratitude to our President and all the member representatives for this wonderful opportunity. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Mr. Niranjan. I would like to call upon Ms. Shubha representing Italy.
A very good afternoon, respected President and member of G20 countries. I am Shri representing Italy with regard to environmental issues and solutions. Italy facing important environmental challenges such as climate change mitigation, climate change adaptation, urban air quality and waste management, particularly in urban area like Palermo, where waste sorting performance is poor and sustainable public transport services are lacking. Additionally, Italy facing issues in forest management due to climate change, which threaten nearly 60% of European forests, making them more vulnerable to windstorms, fires and pest infestations. Furthermore, Italy is coping with an invasion of blue crabs, which are disrupting the marine ecosystem, damaging shellfish harvest and impacting the fishing industries. These ecosystem problems highlights the need for sustainable solution to address waste management, forest sustainability and invasive species to protect Italy's environment and biodiversity. The Italian government has implemented several policies to address climate change, focusing on increasing the share of energy generated from renewable resources and reducing greenhouse gases emissions. The government aimed to increase the share of energy from renewable resources by 20 percentage points by 2030. This goal is in line with the Paris Agreement, which commits European countries to achieving net zero greenhouse gases emissions to limit temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. The Italian government recognized the need for strong economic disincentives to make fossil fuels less convenient and clean energy more attractive, as market forces alone are unlikely to achieve this goal. In conclusion, Italy facing significant environmental challenges and the government is taking steps to address these challenges. I thank our President and members for this wonderful opportunity and have a nice day.
Buenas tres, senorita, senorita. I am Misha, representing Mexico with regards to the environmental issues and solutions today. We delve into the Mexico multifaceted approach towards environmental sustainability, focusing on plastic handling, ecosystem conservation, tourism management, all intertwined in delicate balance. Mexico focuses on significant challenges with plastic waste as highlighted by 2023 National Inventory of Plastic Pollution Sources. The per capita consumption of plastics in Mexico stands at 66 kg, with 89% of plastic becoming waste. The leakage of plastic waste into the environment estimated at up to 15% poses threat to marine ecosystem. Innovative like the protecting Mexican coastal region and their marine ecosystem effects, including improvement, waste management, reducing plastic consumption in tourism and fishing sector. Mexico commitment to ecosystem conservation is evident in its protected area covering over 174 million acres. The country is actively working to combat deforestation, preserve biodiversity and promote sustainable land use practices. Sustainable tourism practices are being promoted to preserve national areas. While benefiting local communities, the tourism industry is evolving towards eco-friendly practices. Mexico's plastic industry has shown growth with market size $52 billion in 2022. The rubber and plastic market in Mexico is projected to grow by 2.90% from 2024 to 2028, reaching a market value of $7.23 billion in 2028. Mexico's journey towards environmental sustainability and responsibility tourism management showcases a commitment preserving its natural heritages for future generations, while for also forcing economic growth and innovation in plastic industry. Let us all strive to emulate Mexico's dedication to the greenery and more sustainable future. Thank you, gracias.
Russia.
Honorable President, ladies and gentlemen, the travel and tourism industry of Russia, both directly and indirectly, contributes a total over 5.3 trillion Russian rubles to Russia's GDP in 2022. The figure has projected increase of 16% in 2023. The travel and tourism industry has suffered more than any other sector to COVID-19 and resulting global economic recession. The challenges to full recovery in travel are formidable. Imposition of sanctions have made travel more expensive for Russian citizens, leading to increase in outbound tourism. Imposition of sanctions have made travel more expensive for Russian citizens, leading to increase in outbound tourism. People are avoiding to travel to Russia due to impacts of armed conflicts with Ukraine and risk of tourism creating fear of danger. Terrorist attacks including Al-Qaeda, Daesh-aligned groups continue to call for attacks in Russia, making it unsafe for travelers. Foreign issued visa and MasterCard no longer work in Russia, further impacting tourism. Only 2,100,000 foreigners visited Russia in 2022, a drop of 96.1%. In 2023, 8.5 million people visited Russia by growth of 3.5% from 2022. Russian government plans towards development of tourist areas, adapting to new customer sensitivities, provide associated infrastructure and transport. Digital platforms and content have been proved to drive growth in travel, facilitating visa regimes, improving conditions for country Russia by simplifying visa rules for countries of Middle East and Asia, expanding the list of countries enjoying full visa-free entry. This year, we plan to resolve a number of systematic tasks. Our target is to secure a 1.5-fold rise in inbound tourism up to 16 million tourists annually by 2030. Thank you, Mr. President.
Representing Saudi Arabia.
Masa Al Khayar, President, and Masa Al Khayar of G20 countries. I, Yashaswini, are representing Saudi Arabia with regards to global issues and its solutions. Today we delve into Saudi Arabia, focusing on three main objectives: plastic handling, conservation protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystems, and tourism management. Starting with plastic handling, the Saudi Arabia plastic packaging market is projected to grow at a CAGR of around 5.3% during the forecast period of 2024 to 30. This growth is driven by increased consumption of packaged food, a growing food delivery sector, and a thriving pharmaceutical sector. The booming pharmaceutical sector is also contributing to the growth of the plastic packaging market in Saudi Arabia, as the country is attracting interest from major pharmaceutical companies such as Novartis, Sanofi, Merck, and others. Moving on to the conservation, protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystems, Saudi Arabia is focusing on restoring and maintaining the ecological balance through initiatives aimed at preserving habitats and promoting harmonious and flourishing ecosystems. The country is also working towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals incorporated in Saudi Arabia's 2030 agenda, which includes climate action, clean energy and preserving habitats. In terms of ecosystem tourism management, Saudi Arabia aims to be at forefront of environmental protection through the sustainable solutions to manage waste and convert it into valuable resources. The country has created solutions for the comprehensive treatment of municipal solid waste, including material recovery facilities and composting processes. Sustainable tourism is also a key focus area for Saudi Arabia. The country is addressing issues such as sustainable tourism in coastal areas on islands and ways to reduce plastic. The country is also working towards reducing methane emissions and contributing to the cutting global methane emissions by 30% by 2030 as a part of its ambition to greener future. In conclusion, Saudi Arabia is committed to sustainable development, environmental conservation and responsible tourism practices. The country is taking significant steps towards plastic handling, conservation, protection, sustainability and recovery of ecosystems. With a focus on innovation, digitalization and sustainable practices, Saudi Arabia is well positioned to drive economic growth, enhance environmental conservation and create a more sustainable and resilient future. Masa Al Khayar, President, and Masa Al Khayar, all members for providing this opportunity.
Ms. Ramya, representing United Kingdom.
A very good afternoon to the respected Principal,
President, Member Representatives of G20 countries, I Ramya BS representing UK. United Kingdom is on the top 20 emitters of the greenhouse gases responsible for the climate crisis, taking a growing toll on human rights around the globe. Climate change is impacting the environment and human population in UK. The country's climate is becoming warmer with the drier summers and the winters. The frequency and intensity of storms, floods, droughts and heatness is increasing, and sea level rise is impacting the coastal region. In 2021, net greenhouse gas emission in United Kingdom were 427 million tons, in which 80% was carbon dioxide. In parts of the southern east of the UK, the temperature in the hottest days of the year increased by 1 degree Celsius per decade in the years 1962 to 2019. The highest ever recorded temperature in UK was recorded in the year 2022, inconsiderably at 40.3 degrees Celsius. In 2020, the chances of reaching the temperature of 40 degrees Celsius were low, but they are 10 times greater than in climate without human impact. The UK ranked 17th with 1.1% of global emission. By increasing our support to clean growth, climate adaptation and supporting global mitigation and adaptation efforts, by reducing our portfolio greenhouse gas emissions, wider government policies with support on this journey, the government no longer provides support for the fossil fuel energy sector. Thank you.
Turkey produces twice more plastic compared to 20 years ago. 6% of the plastic is recycled, 61% of the plastic goes to landfills, remaining 33% of the plastic are remained uncollected or openly dumped. Turkey became a major importer of global plastic after China. We recently implemented restrictions on importing plastic waste, but still illegal dumping and burning is widely reported. We ranked 2nd in Europe and 7th worldwide for plastic production. Yet waste management and recycling programs are not functioning properly. Impacts of this plastic waste management results in plastic leakage into the Mediterranean Sea. Turkey contributes the highest share, 16.8% of Europe marine plastic pollution. Turkey ranks 14 out of 20 countries for mismanagement of plastic waste. Our government has come up with few initiatives towards tackling the plastic waste management problem by taking economic instruments such as tax, fee and container deposit schemes. Increase the capacity needed to manage and recycle the plastic waste. We look forward towards providing educational awareness campaigns. We target to reduce the volume of plastic production. Thank you for the opportunity.
The fact that all the member representatives have identified, analyzed the problems and have decided the solution for the same is commendable. Solutions such as reducing portfolio in greenhouse gas emissions, combating plastic pollution, focusing on reuse, recycle, reorient and diversify market shifts, improving energy efficiency in transport which achieve carbon neutrality, working towards a cleaner, healthier environment for its people and more sustainable future for its ecosystems, identifying, carrying capacity, proactivity, aligning on key values and gaining a shared understanding of risks are vital steps to support sustainable tourism. Serve as panacea not only with the political boundaries of nation but also a universal one. Sustainability has been the need of the moment, not just a micro level, but has become a universal buzzword. It gives me immense pleasure to say that today's parliamentary session has been an eye-opener in resolving the contemporary issues to propel sustainability. I sincerely thank all the members, representatives of G20 countries. Thank you guys. I request Ms. Manasa to conclude the session.
Happy afternoon to everyone present here. I am Manasa. Today I am here to explain regarding the importance of Model United Nations and why it should be conducted in colleges. The Yuvamanthan Model United Nations is an educational simulation that imparts knowledge of global diplomacy, enhancing students' ability in public speaking and problem solving. It provides a platform for students to engage in role-playing scenarios as national and international policy makers and working towards building international relations. This program aligns with the vision of the Indian Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, who introduced Panch Prans, a set of resolutions that will drive the nation towards achieving developed status by 2047. The Yuvamanthan is a part of series of experiential learning programs that aims to nurture the creativity, emotional intelligence and adapt negotiation skills, offering a youth a platform to acquire lifelong transferable abilities. These programs emphasize experiential learning in alignment with the National Educational Policy 2020. In summary, Yuvamanthan United Nation model is a significant initiative that helps the overall development of the student lifestyle. Over to Rajesh sir. Thank you.
Moving on to the end of today's session, it is time to acknowledge and appreciate the active participation and the efforts of our young delegates who have represented various G20 nations today. So now I request the dignitaries to issue the certificates of participation and acknowledge their efforts.
Good evening one and all. I am present here. I, Sumat Priyan, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Department of Commerce and Management. Respected dignitaries, Session President, Secretariat and representatives of country, on behalf of organizing committee and all the participants, it is with profound gratitude that I extend our sincere thanks to each and every one of you for your invaluable contribution to the success of the Yuvamanthan UN Nation G20 model, held at Jyothy Institute of Commerce and Management. To our esteemed Executive Director in his absence, Shri Rajesh Sir, Director Academic Professor B.S. Lakshman Prasad, Principal Dr. S. Sateshwar, Marketing Director Anush G, HOD of Commerce and Management Mrs. Vanishri Kulkarni, and HOD of Computer Application Mr. Vallabh Mahale, we express our deepest appreciation for your visionary leadership and unwavering support in making in this event a reality. Your commitment for fostering experiential learning opportunities for students and promoting initiatives that nurture global citizenship is truly commendable. Heartfelt thank you for our distinguished session president and secretary of session, whose expertise, guidance and impartiality have enriched the deliberations and proceeding of the model UN simulation. Your dedication in upholding the principles of diplomacy, fairness and collaboration has been instrumental in ensuring the success of this event. To our esteemed observer and representatives of the country, we extend our sincere gratitude for your active participation and constructive engagement throughout the simulations. Your insights, perspectives and diplomatic acumen have added depth and authenticity to the debate and negotiation, contributing to the richness of your collective learning experience. We also acknowledge the diligent efforts of our organizing committee, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, and Ms. Manasa, and volunteers whose tireless dedications and teamwork have been the backbone of this event. Your commitment to excellence and attentions to detail have played a pivotal role in ensuring the seamless execution of every aspect of the Yuvamanthan UN Nation G20 model. As we reflect on our journey we have embarked upon together, let us carry forward the spirit of collaborations, dialogue and mutual respect that has characterized this simulation. May the friendship forged, lesson learned and resolution drafted during this event inspire us all to work towards a brighter, more inclusive future of our global community. Once again, our heartfelt thank you to each of you for your invaluable contributions and unwavering support. Together, we have demonstrated the power of youth leadership, innovations and cooperations in addressing the pressing challenge facing our world today. Thank you. Have a nice day.